So if there's one thing that Nintendo is known to do, is that they're quite prolific when it comes to refreshing their portable console line. And personally, I am as guilty as anybody for kind of getting into all that stuff. I mean, look here. Look at this. This is the first 3DS that I ever bought. It's the US 3DS when it came out. And unfortunately, the 3DS was region locked. And as somebody who likes to play Japanese games, especially Monster Hunter, I then ended up buying this Japanese 3DS when I was in Japan, with the Monster Hunter sticker that I put in there. That's how much I like that game. And so, with this I was pretty much set. And then they released the 3DS XL, and pretty much got by without buying that, because I figured, you know, it's more than enough for me. And then I saw this one go on sale, well, like for sale. It's the Shin Megami Tensei 3DS XL in Japan, and I pretty much convinced myself that I needed this one too, because it's like, look at it, it's so nice, and I like white, and it has that special design. I'm a sucker for special edition stuff, and so yeah, ended up buying this. I said, well, you know, Monster Hunter is kind of hard to play with a little 3DS, you know, screen's too small, my hands get cramped. So that's that. And, yeah, so I was pretty much settled as far as this is concerned. And, I've bought so many Nintendo consoles through the years, not just for me, but also as presents for other people. Like, I remember giving my cousin a silver GameCube, for example. And Lord knows how many DS's and 3DS's I gave away as Christmas presents to relatives. Younger relatives, of course. And I remember getting 2 Wii U's for other people. Well, actually, 2 Wii's, 1 Wii U for my niece, and I even got my niece, 1 Switch. So I was there refreshing all night, and got 2 Switches, one from Amazon and 1 from Best Buy. So it was pretty hard to get during launch. And so I have spent probably way too much money, to be honest, on Nintendo stuff, but you know what? I guess you get some good karma too, because then this one came in the mail one day from Nintendo, and they wanted me to review it. So this is the new Nintendo 3DS XL, and of course, this comes with a more powerful processor, but it also came with this nub right here that serves as a second joystick, and it's pretty essential, I guess, as far as Monster Hunter and other games where you need to move the camera. So, yeah. Never be said that no good deed goes unpunished. And then just yesterday, this came in the mail too. It was a total surprise, and this right here is the new Nintendo 2DS XL. So, this one is pretty much, I guess you can say it's kind of like this, you know, it's like a nice refresh, except that this one does not have the 3DS functionality, and I know that a lot of people actually play their 3DSs without ever using the 3D. I'm one of those people who actually likes to use the 3D once in a while, unless I'm getting a headache or something. And then I turn it off. But yeah, so before, the only other option was the 2DS, which was kind of for kids, and it has this weird shape. It didn't have any hinges. I figured, you know, I really didn't need that one. And so this one is sort of an improved version of that. So here you can see, let's compare the sizes. Here's the original 3DS. Here's the 3DS XL. Just pretty much the same as this one, I guess, in size. The 3DS XL. So there you go. Anyway, since this is just the first look, I'll go ahead and compare them to these other old systems. So this is the same stuff. Put this to the side, so I can put this right here. So let's see what the changes are. For the most part, it has the most in common with the new Nintendo 3DS XL. But first, let's open this stuff up. There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. So, there you go. And it's not quite as bulky as the 3DS XL, but it also has some other differences. Like the 3DS XL, well, the new Nintendo 3DS XL, for example, has like the stuff on the screen right here, but like there are no controls whatsoever on the flip screen portion of the 2DS XL. All the controls are pretty much in the body. So here you have your power button. So in that sense, it's kind of like the 3DS XL. So it's got the power button there. Whereas, well, the new Nintendo 3DS XL, because this one has the power button here, and this one has the power button right here, and you have the headphone jack and the stylus in the middle, sort of, kind of like this too. See that? And it's here. Yeah, you have the headphone jack right here, and the stylus is somewhere on this side. So, yeah, the stylus is right here for this. And then you got this. Headphones right here too. And the stylus on this one. I haven't used this in such a long time. And I don't remember where stuff is. Oh, there it is. Right here. And I guess they'll just like flip stuff around and keep you guessing. So, there you go. And they also have all their serial numbers in the back and the past, but now the serial number for this is actually hidden right here where the cartridge slot is. So if you want to know what your serial number is, you just peek right here. And this is also where your game cartridge goes in. It used to be uncovered in all the previous models. Right there. This one's right there. Yeah. This is right here. Yeah, but this one, yeah, it's right here, and now you gotta cover for it. That's where the volume is, right here. There you go. And there's the home button. Of course, you got the nub. So, one change I do like with the new Nintendo 2DS XL compared to the new Nintendo 3DS XL is the location of the micro SD card. Now, if you're like me and you download a lot of your games, especially since for me personally I get a lot of review games as codes, then you tend to use or swap micro SD cards a lot. And in the Nintendo 2DS XL, the new one, new Nintendo 2DS XL, they decided to put the micro SD card right here, right next to the cartridge slot, which is really great, because then, like, swapping cards is pretty easy. Like with this one, you had to open the back, and it was just such a laborious process, and I've always sort of not liked having to swap cards. I would just buy like the highest capacity card I could get just to minimize that stuff. But even then, I've filled a couple cards up, and swapping cards has always been sort of a bit of a pain in this one. So that's one change, right there. Another difference is the location of the cameras. For example, as far as the front-facing dual cameras, they've always been right here, by the edge of the flip screen on the top. It's right there. It's right there, right here. And you see it right here too. See? But like I said, there's really nothing like on the top screen as far as controls and extra doodads. So for the new Nintendo 2DS XL, they actually put it in the bottom. Right here. There you go. The dual cameras. And as far as the inside camera, in the past they've always put it right there. At the top. There. There you go. And same here. It's right there. But in the new Nintendo 3DS XL, they've actually put it right here. And it's supposed to be in the top. So this part is pretty much clean right there. Of course, one thing you'll also notice in terms of a difference between the new Nintendo 3DS XL is that, see, the new Nintendo 3DS XL has this additional little sensor right here, which is the sensor that helps track your eyes. So, like in these old models, you could just like change positions by like, centimeter, maybe even half that. And it would just totally screw up your 3D effect and make it kind of blurry and give you a headache. And that one was sort of addressed in the new Nintendo 3DS XL with this little sensor here, which works really well, I might add. But since this one doesn't have 3D, it doesn't really need it. So all you get is that camera right in the front, right there. And of course, all the previous 3DSs had a kind of smooth finish to them. This one has a textured finish. That's nice. And the logo right here, and you also get like the two-tone black and turquoise. There are your buttons, of course. L button, R button right here, CLZR. Stylus right here in the middle, like I said. Goes like that. Kind of a bit harder to put back in than like in the right. See, because it likes to twist like this. So I was like, you gotta pretty much just get it right. Never had this issue with the other 3DSs before. But, there we go. Yeah. So, yeah, if you I haven't played with it yet. Yeah, this actually came in the mail with the Mito game that's coming out later this month. And so I'm going to test it with that and see how it does. But you know what? Let's open it and just set it up. But the screen actually looks good for the 3DS. Oh, not 2DSs. Oh, there we go. It's kind of hard to tell with the camera, but see there. It's also black with the off-color buttons, which are also in turquoise. And this kind of almost looks like an iPhone. Right. But yeah, I really like the design for this one, and it's nice and light. Has a slimmer profile than this, so it's kind of easier to put in your pockets and stuff. But it's not quite as small as this, where your hands are cramping. And when you play for a long period of time, like the buttons feel pretty good. Oops. And let's look at that. As you can see, the buttons are actually look like they're a bit bigger than the buttons on the 3DS XL, which is good. And so, in fact, you can say if it's the same size button as this, or even just a little wee bit bigger, seems like, unless the color is just throwing you off. That means that the buttons are actually going to be bigger than the buttons for the Joy-Cons for the Switch, which are really teeny tiny buttons. That's one of the things that surprised me. But yeah, it feels good. You got nice give on the left joystick. D-pad works pretty well. Nubs kind of stiff. But I remember the nubs for this being really stiff at first too. So you'll need to probably break this in. I almost said break it down. Break this in for a bit. And the only issue I have with the nubs is that after a while the tips of my thumbs get a little bit sore. It looks like you'll have the same situation with this one. But yeah, for the most part it's pretty much identical as far as features to the new Nintendo 3DS XL, the main difference being that you don't get the 3D effect. And so, if you're one of those players who really don't care for the 3D effect, and I know several people and friends and relatives who actually usually play with that thing turned off, then this might be a better option for you. It's a little bit cheaper too. But otherwise, if you want a more full-featured 3DS, then of course you can go with the new Nintendo 3DS XL, and there's a smaller one too. That is also good. It might be about the same size as this one. And that one comes with interchangeable faceplates and stuff, so that's an option too, if you want that. If you can get your hands on one of those, so yeah. So yeah, that's my quick first look at the new Nintendo 2DS XL. It's not quite a review yet, because I haven't used it to play. So once I have a chance to put it through the paces and play with it for quite some time, then I'll do my written review, which of course I do for work, for the Reno Gazette Journal, rgj.com. I might do a post here on YouTube too, see how it goes. But I have to catch up on reviews. I just got a review copy of Splatoon, so I'm trying to get through that before the release date. And spoiler alert, it's been pretty fun so far. But yeah, so there you go. Quick look at the 2DS XL. Once again, if you have any questions or just want to say something, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section. Otherwise, thank you for watching as always. This is Jason, also known as tabiasobi on YouTube, signing out.